Today, I'm going to be making the Betty Crocker Brittle Mix. This is a chocolate chip cookie. It was $1.98 at Walmart. It says ready in 3 easy steps. You will need a 1 stick of butter, which I have already taken out and put in this bowl right here, and you need to have it at room temperature. You need to preheat your oven to 375, which I'm doing now, and you might hear it go off in just a minute. So you want to stir the cookie brittle mix and butter until a dough forms. So you want to make sure your hands are clean, and it tells you that in the instructions too, because it says you may need to use your hands. You will need to use your hands. So you just pour it in like this, and then it's best to just use your hands. There's my oven. It's best to use your hands instead of trying to use a spoon, because the heat from your hands makes this easier to combine. Okay, I'm using an ungreased cake pan. And these, you don't need to use any parchment paper or anything like that in the bottom, because these come out really, really easy. Because it has that stick of butter in there, it does not stick at all. So there's absolutely no issue with it sticking. So you don't need to use anything. And there's just, because you're gonna have to wash the pan anyway. So. Bake this for 10 to 13 minutes. So I'm gonna bake it for 12 minutes and then we'll be back. This is how it looks straight from the oven, and I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes to completely cool, and then we'll be back. It has been 30 minutes and I'm gonna try to just see if it'll come out. If it won't, then I'll... Okay. So what you wanna do, see this? See how easy that comes up? So there's no need to put paper under there and waste paper. You just don't need it. But this is supposed to be brittle, so you want to just break it apart however you see fit into jagged edges. But it is, it's like a soft cookie. That's how it looks. But it comes up really easy. The pans for, this is the 3rd brittle that we have made from these Betty Crocker mixes, and all the pans come out really clean. You see the bottom of my pan, so it's been no problem cleaning up the mess at all. It's a lot easier cleaning after this than other things actually. So no trouble at all. So now Kevin and I are going to take this over to the table and give it a try. Okay, we'll talk about calories before we try it, although it smells fantastic. But when I was mixing it up, you could really smell those chocolate chips. They smell terrific. 2 tablespoons of the mix. It's 150 calories prepared. So that's with the mix with the butter as well. So 150 calories for 1 ounce. If you care, you would have to measure out 23 grams, 1 ounce to get the right amount. That is like
that's good.
A very soft cookie.
It's got a graininess to it, like a sugary graininess. What about an edge piece is though?
And for me, the texture of this is different than when you get the same mix in like cookies.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a grainier, sugarier kind of texture.
Well, somebody had said in the comments, they wondered if you, like, the last one we reviewed was the brownie one. They wondered if you could get a regular brownie mix and do the exact same thing with...
you could probably take a regular brownie mix or regular chocolate chip cookie mix and spread it really thin and make a thin cookie. But yeah, I don't think it would have the same texture. Because it tightens up a little bit more. whereas this doesn't. It's more grainy.
That's
very,
incredible. That's incredible.
Now, it's not as strong a flavor as the brownie was, because the brownie was like a really strong chocolate flavor. This is more a lighter cookie flavor.
Once again, though, I could eat this entire plate.
No.
The entire plate. It would not take any time for Kevin and I to sit here and eat it all, because it is incredible.
The edges are really good.
So the first one, if you haven't been watching these videos, the first one we did was the peanut brittle. The second one was brownie, and then this was the last one. And they might come out with more, you know, if these are successful, they might come out with other flavors as well. But out of the three, which would you buy again and again?
Probably this one.
Really?
Even though I like the brownie mix a lot, chocolate, I don't go towards chocolate. I'd rather have a chocolate chip cookie flavor than a brownie flavor. And on a regular basis, so I'd rather have this. Even though the brownie had more flavor.
And as much as I love peanut brittle, the brownie's been my favorite.
Yeah, the brownie was real. There's definitely nothing wrong with it.
And it
has a very similar texture to this.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. The texture is similar to this. It's like a brown sugar texture. Yeah. It's so thin, but it's not crispy like a cookie.
It's very soft.
It's a very, very, very soft. Now, you could have probably, if I had left it, it says 10 to 13 minutes. I left it for 12 minutes. If you had left it the full 13 minutes or even gone over a minute, it would probably be really, really crisp. I like it at this texture because it's easier to eat. And it's so soft and delicious.
Well, it's never going to be this as crispy as those cookie thins or whatever. It's never going to be that crisp because those are like paper thin.
Yeah, they're a lot thicker.
These are thicker.
Yeah. And I found that...
And I'd rather have these than those.
Yes. Oh, I'd much rather have these than like the cookie thins. Yeah, you know what he's talking about. A cake pan, though, for the brownie mix and the chocolate chip cookie mix, a cake pan is the perfect size.
Yeah, it's like 13 by 9 or 12 something.
And then for the first one, for the peanut brittle, use like a brownie pan, like a smaller pan. Yeah. So these are all wonderful. I think they're worth the money. I would totally get any of them. Try them out, whichever one that, you know, whatever floats your boat, get it, because they are good. They are worth the money, and you're gonna eat it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.